Good morning, dear students. Thank you very much for joining me in today's session. My name is Hameed Asghar, and on behalf of Institute of Freelancing, I welcome you all. Today, we just thought to give you another example of how to create a logo, and that logo would be of YouTube. Pretty simple, as you can see right now. The logo is right now in front of you, and let me tell you that how can you create this type of logo in just 5 minutes time, and that logo would also be in 3D format. So let's proceed to that. How can you create in very simple PowerPoint? So from the insert menu, go to the shapes, and let's pick up, instead of a rectangle, just pick up the rounded rectangle shape. So here we go. So that's the first thing which you have to create. And the second thing what you can do, or you're supposed to do, is to make it that level of a round shape. Like from the edges side, how can you create? Pretty simple. You can check, you can click on this diamond icon and change this to something here. Then with double click, you can go to the shape fill and change the color to this standard YouTube logo color, right? Then we have to change the outline, and that is in fact no outline. So let me click on shape outline, and from no outline, that's how you can create the basic shapes. Then sometime it happens that the top of this square, a rounded square, is a little bit more rounded, right? So how can you do it? Pretty simple. By the way, it's not necessary, but I'm giving you the option that double click on this shape, go to edit shape and convert this to freeform, and let's click it again and edit points. So that is the first thing. Then at the center point, you can right click and add point somewhere here. And again, let's come to the bottom and click here and sorry, here we go. Right click and add points. Here is the point which you are supposed to edit. Now click on only this point, and let's bring this to let's click on this again and add here. Then here is something which you are supposed to change, and this is something which you can do something like a rounded shape, and also from here to make it more rounded shape. I assume that's almost correct. Then you can pick this point and let's bring it to either somewhere here or leave it up till here. So that's the first shape we have created with the basic shapes. From the insert menu to the shapes, we have created the first shape. Then you have to pick up this one and insert something more into this, and that is from the insert menu. Click on this triangle, maybe this one or maybe this one, whatever you like, right? For example, that is something you're interested in this, and then you have to fill in the white color in this, and that is shape is white color and outline is no outline. Then the next you have to rotate this to this shape, and with shift key click on this, and let's make this L from the alignment center and align middle. So I assume the basic shape which we wanted is almost done, right? In the bottom it seems like there's a problem, so pretty simple. Go to the edit points, click here, and let's bring, sorry, with the arrow key, let's bring it to somewhere here. That's okay. And then what you can very simply do is select both of them, right click and make a group of this. That's the basic shape we wanted, and now we are all set to make this shape into 3D. So how can you do it? Pretty simple. Right click and format shape, and here is the 3D format, right? The first and foremost 3D format, and then we have to rotate this shape. So let's click on this 3D format, and here are the different options of bevel from the top, bevel from the bottom side. So first, click on the top options, and here are the multiple options related to the top. So for example, the first one, we selected the circular bevel, and that is something you can see from here that the circular shape or all these type of shapes that has been converted into circle bevel. And then there is another option that is the relaxed inset. Click here, and that is how you can also do. Further, click here and you can apply multiple variations, multiple options related to all these categories. So it is all up to you what type of the shape which you want. So for example, we are interested in the first shape, and you can change, by the way, the width and the height also, either manually selecting this 1 and 5, or from this up and down arrow key you can also do any sort of change that is set to bevel of the shape. But quite obvious, it is not visible until unless you rotate this. So let me change this and have a look at this now. We have we are going to rotate this to this angle, that's x-axis, and that's y-axis, right? And let me again press 0 because that's the standard. And z-axis also in fact gives you a kind of a rotation of your logo, right? So that is something. One way is this. Then the second way is this also, clockwise as well as anti-clockwise, and this will give you up and down rotation on both the axes. Further, there are pretty much presets available. You can click here, that's another shape, and you can also click on any desired shape you are interested in. But as we are going to change the width of this shape, so that's, I assume that's another way of giving you the presets selecting this. And let's proceed to the 3D format now. If we change the top from 15 to 20, and here you can see the changes are going to be implemented. The same goes to the bottom, and here you can see the bottom is going to be added while we are going to change this one. But by the way, these are all the options are only related to the top one, and the interesting shapes begins when you add on into something into the bottom. And here we go, for example this one, and let me say 25, and this also goes to 25, and you see now the shape has been changed to this time. By the way, you can play with all those different type of variations. You can change the depth. Depth will in fact actually gives you the center point from top to bottom. That's the options which we selected on the top, and that's the center line, right? And by the way, you can change the depth size of this also. For example, here we go, right? And you can make it to 0 also, correct? 0 means you're not interested into showing the depth of this shape. Or even what we can do is we can change, we can add the depth to 10 points, but we are interested, the color has to be the same. We are interested in the same from the top and the bottom colors. And the same goes to the contours. For example, click on this and that will show you the contours that is related to the depth. If you're interested, you can change the size of this, and you can change again to 0, and here we go. There is no contours related to this. So that is, these all are the options related to the format. But here is the most interesting thing, that is the surface of this icon or logo. For example, we are interested in the standard matte finish. Okay, you can see the matte as well as sorry, not this here. and then the warm mat that is in fact give you a kind of warmish look, and then click here and you can change the plastic size, and the same goes to the different type of variation. But the most interesting thing is the wireframe. For example, that's just a wireframe, nothing added into this, and you can, by the way, just click here and change this to flat icon, right? And instead of this, there is another option, and that is the powder shape, means a kind of a transparent type look. And then further, the transparent powder means invisible sort of thing. And then the last option in this case is the crystal clear option. That is in fact see-through option, means everyone that is available would be visible. So choices goes what type of shape you are interested in. You can from the surface materials you select all of them. The same goes to the lighting of the object. For example, here we go. The flat light, that's in fact the glowing, and then the same uh, bright room, and the same instead of this, let me click here, and these type of all different type of light options are in fact available. So pretty easy to handle all these type of things. Now you are interested to make this again rotation should be from this to this, and here we go, correct? That's how you can pretty simple and in the easiest, most easiest way you can create any logo into 3. So I would request in my to all of my students who are actually watching this, try this. I'm not saying go with YouTube logo option. You can go with any of the options, right? So pick up any of the option and let's create that logo first into the frontal view, and then you can offer for yourself, for your clients, that you can available, you can make this whole object or logo into any 3D format. Then the only thing required is let's take a preset of this and right click and save as a picture. And that's the picture beauty of the system, that if that is available in PNG format, means there will be no background that is associated with this. By the way, it's a white background, but if you save PNG format, probably there will be nothing as such that would be visible as far as your background is concerned, right? So that is how you can very simplest and easiest way you can create any type of shape. Thank you very much, dear students, for joining me in today's session. Hope to speak to you soon again into the next sections. Thank you.